Hey guys, welcome back. Today, I'm going to be doing up a sheath for my wife's butcher knife here. I've already done one very similar to it, and she's wanting something similar, but I want to change it up a little bit. I want to go ahead and try to get this done up. I want to do a little bit more practicing with this because I'm wanting to get a little bit better on the decorative stuff. This style is going to be just a simple slide in, and it's going to have a loop across the top, and that way it's mostly completely covered. Actually, it will be completely covered except for the hand. No loops on this. Obviously, this sheath would just be to protect the edge and the blade. And I know this is a cheaper knife, but I need the practice. I really want the practice, more or less. So I'm going to go ahead and jump straight on to it and go ahead and get this thing knocked out. right, so I've been doing a lot of playing. I'm not real sure on how I'm wanting to do these, but they're coming out okay. I did 2 different techniques. One I did using the tooling, as you just saw, and the other one I just simply used the paddle, this little paddle. Can't even remember what the heck this is called, but it's one of the craft tools. And I don't know. I really don't know. This one I kind of like better, but then again, I kind of don't. But I'll show you guys here after it gets completed. I might change my mind after I get it put together and treated and everything. So I want to go ahead and get this glued together and come back and get the stitching. got it done. So this thing is, I did wind up using leather balm to kind of give it that glossy look to it. And this was supposed to have been looking like a flower, but I need to work on this. To me, it just doesn't look like it. My wife and the kids say it does, but to me, it really doesn't. But I'm going to work with it the best I can. Later on, I'll probably end up doing a video about me showing how I'm going to be running through this with the little tools that I have. And that way you guys can, if you guys got something similar and you guys are just starting off, you guys will be able to work with this as well. We'll work with what you got. And just using the thread is just simply trot line for fishing. It doesn't have to be anything special, especially whenever you first start out. And I've been using this for quite some time. Actually, ever since I actually started leatherwork, I've been using trot line since then. And I don't care what everybody thinks or says. This has, I've actually had the leather break and rip before I had my stitches break. So if that tells you anything, well, I trust it. So this overall, it is a little tight in here, and it is what it is, but it does work pretty good. Obviously, it will work for what it is. And I did wind up putting some, I would call them safety rivets at the top, because I have had issues in the past where I didn't put a rivet at the top, and the edge wound up on the edge of the blade, wound up cutting the thread, and that has failed. It has failed that way, the thread. But just simply pulling on it, trying to tear it apart, the leather will break before the threading will. And of course, it got the snap on there. That way it stays a little bit extra security for keeping this in there, considering this is going to be in the kitchen. It might get shoved around a little bit, possibly have the kids in there. Want to keep this secured in there a little bit better. Granted, yeah, with it being tight, it probably will stay in there, but on its own, but a little bit of added security. If you guys just started out on the leather work, yeah, listen to these other leather workers that are out here on YouTube or other platforms. Listen to them and everything, but don't be dumping a whole bunch of money into this just at the beginning. Get what you need: needles, thread, hole punch, scissors, or other means of cutting, and whatever the basics of it, and go about it from there. And then start progressing a little bit farther out. And whether it be a self-paid hobby, like you make something like sheaths for somebody, or other products like leather carriers, pliers carriers, or other things like that, and sell them, and then use that money back into this, put it back into the leather work, do it that way, or just self-funded. That's what I was trying to say, self-funded. Or just go ahead and invest money into it a little bit at a time. And heck, I don't even have a sewing machine. I haven't had a sewing machine since I started, which I do plan on getting at some point in time. But I just don't have the money to get one yet. I'm hoping here in the near future I will be able to, but I don't know. So this is what it looks like. It is done, and it is ready for use. Now, if you want to go check out our other platforms, we have TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'll have them linked in the description below. If you guys want to go check those out, you'll be seeing projects in the process of being done and completed. Usually the steps on the way. I might do a brief description of what's going on. TikTok is usually just the shorts. It's these videos condensed down to 1 to 3 minute videos. And there is some content on Instagram and TikTok that does not make it here. And it's one of the things that out there on those two platforms, I can ask people who have been doing this kind of stuff for a lot longer than I have on different tips and everything, and show them what I have and what I'm dealing with. And they can give me some feedback on what needs to be done. So if you guys want to go check those out, like I said, they're in the description below. And I'm going to go ahead and jump onto the video verse. So this video verse, if you've been following along, we're continuing on in Hebrews. And today we're doing Hebrews chapter 7, verses 11 through 19. And it says, "Now if perfection came through the Levitical priesthood, for on the basis of it the people received the law, What further need was there for another priest to appear, said to be according to the order of Melchizedek, and not according to the order of Aaron? For when there is a change of the priesthood, there must be a change of law as well. For the one these things are spoken about belonged to a different tribe. No one from it has served at the altar. Now it is evident that our Lord came from Judah, and Moses said nothing about that tribe concerning priests. And this becomes clear if another priest like Melchizedek appears, who did not become a priest based on a legal regulation about physical descent, but based on the power of an indestructible life. For it has been testified, you are a priest forever, according to the order of Melchizedek. So the previous command is annulled because it was weak and unprofitable. For the law perfected nothing, but a better hope is introduced through which we draw near to God. And that is Hebrews chapter 7, verses 11 through 19. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.